All right, there we are. Thought I had my picture up, but it wasn't up just yet. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. I am your host, Dr. Jacqueline Kabah Harrison, and you have joined us for the Born to Lead docu-series. And this is so exciting. I mean, I'm really having a wonderful time. We just started, and I'm having a wonderful time doing this. So if you don't know, typically every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I interview an influencer, entrepreneur, all around girl boss. And we basically just talk openly and candidly about some of the challenges that they faced. So basically their successes and some of the things that weren't quite planned, and just things that happen along the way. And we always end up on a inspirational note, on a note of personal, professional, or leadership development. So I always make sure to bring you quality to help you as an entrepreneur level up in your business. But this time around, we're doing it just a little bit different. So this is the Born to Lead docu-series, and this actually started from the Born to Lead Awakening the Leader Within anthology that was published September of 2022. So we got such a good response from this particular topic. That's how this was birthed. So the Born to Lead docu-series basically interviews, or what I do is I interview different women and we talk about leadership. So we talk about how they, or when they begin to see themselves as a leader, what types of qualities do they feel a good leader has, and how being an effective leader helps you to scale your business. So this particular guest, I'm really, really excited. She is actually a filmmaker. She's a writer and a filmmaker. So this is actually my first time ever interviewing a filmmaker. So I'm super excited. So I'm going to bring her up in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and tell you just a little bit about her, and then she's going to join us. So TJ Chester is a multi-talented author, screenwriter, director, and producer in the film industry. Originally from Gary, Indiana, Chester has overcome numerous obstacles to achieve her success. With a bachelor's in English and a master of fine arts degree in creative writing, she has written and published the popular Running with Wolves 3-part series, Wallflower 1 and 2, and Effie, or Effie. Chester is preparing to direct her first feature film, Running with Wolves, based on her book series, and is wrapping up production on her first television series, 219. Despite moving to Atlanta, Georgia, a highly competitive film market with no connections or resources, Chester's determination has led her to where she is today, back in her hometown of Gary and pursuing her dream. Fans of adaptation, TJ Chester's inspiring journey and groundbreaking work in the film industry make her story one that would captivate your readers. So I hope you are as excited as I am to meet this awesome young lady. I'm going to bring her up to the stage. Well, hello there. How are you?
Hello, doctor. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited to have you here with me. So we are going to go ahead and get started. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Again, my name is TJ Chester. I am the CEO, Chief Storyteller, and Creative Mind behind the New Black Entertainment LLC. We are a local film and television production company located right here in Gary, Indiana. That's right, I said Gary, Indiana. The New Black Entertainment, we are the first minority female-owned production company in the state of Indiana. We primarily produce feature-length films, but we currently are producing our television series called 219. I am also a screenwriter, author, director, producer. Um,
All right.
that's that's about it. I do a little bit of everything, Dr. Jackie.
You wear a lot of different hats, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I do.
And we
It,
often talk about that as entrepreneurs too, just wearing all the different hats, right?
yes.
You know,
Yes.
so myself, and I'm sure a lot of the other ladies that are listening to us know exactly what that feels like.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right, so let me jump right in. Let me ask this. Tell me about the New Black Entertainment, and why did you decide to start your own business slash production company?
Okay, so like I said, we are I'm the first female minority owned production company in the state of Indiana. Um I decided to open my own start my own production company because there
Mhm.
was no help out there for me. So a lot of people don't know that the film industry is pretty much male dominated, and it's the absolute most intricate industry to get into.
Okay. Okay.
My mom always told me, "Hey, if you want to do something, do it yourself." And that's what I ended up doing. I had absolutely no help, no resources, nobody that actually believed in my vision. So I decided to open the company, and here I am.
Okay. So now you use the word intricate. You said it was an intricate
No,
business to get into. So why do you say that exactly?
it's really difficult.
Okay.
There are so many different areas in film to go into.
Okay.
However, um, just finding the resources for people to actually help you get started. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it is not easy. Um, and being a woman, for one, is
Hmm.
really difficult, and being a black woman is even more difficult.
Okay.
And it's hurtful when your own community and your own city doesn't help. You know, see your vision through.
Hmm.
It's
Okay.
difficult if you don't have money. It's sad to say that you can have um, the most exciting project ever, but if you don't have any money, you kind of pushed aside, basically.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is all an education piece for me because I don't know anything about what goes into the um, like what it would even take to produce a short film, a 20-minute film. I have no clue. So this is all news to me. This is I'm learning as we go.
It
This is
takes a team.
a team.
Takes a
Okay.
whole team of people, you know. Um, you can still get it done with a very small group. You know what I'm saying? It's just if you're serious about what you're doing in the industry, then nothing should stop you. For me, it's taken me years to get to this point. Um, it's been about 12 years since I've actually been in the film industry, but however, I started long before that when I started writing because I'm a writer before I am anything. So I started writing, and once I got so many screenplays under my belt, I wanted to, it's just another extension of me. I don't
Hmm.
want to get out there and do more.
Okay. You know what? You have to. I know we've only recently began to kind of interact and know each other. So I'm like the question lady. So I can't help myself. I think that's one of the reasons. Well, people tell me that that's one of the reasons I went into social work because I like to ask people questions or I like
Yes,
to be nosy. I said
that's
okay,
fine. It's okay.
but so let me ask this: what's the difference between writing like a screenplay and writing, I don't know, maybe a novel or is there a difference?
There's a big difference.
Okay.
There's a
Okay.
really big difference. If you're writing a novel or story, which I write those too,
Hmm.
you can be very descriptive, and that's what writing a novel is about. You just being descriptive. When you
Okay.
write a screenplay, everything is visual. You have to write everything in the present tense as if your audience can see what's happening right there in front of them. So yeah, it's a big difference.
Okay. Mm,
Mhm.
all right. Mm. Learn a little something today. Okay. So, what are some of the challenges? And I know some of these questions are probably going to overlap a little bit, but what are some of the challenges that you face as a filmmaker?
Okay, so my very first challenge is being a woman. And I know I said this earlier. That's my very first challenge. My next challenge is being a Black woman. It is so difficult to start and run your own business with no support. And that's what I've been getting. I've always been underestimated, underappreciated, underfunded. It's frustrating. You know, I had to force people in the industry, in the film industry, to recognize me. And the more I got rejected, the more I wanted it. You know, it's like I thrive on adversity.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
How have those particular challenges that you faced as a woman and as a Black woman, how has that affected and or helped you?
Well, and I think I mentioned this before too. It's really difficult to get going if you don't have any funding.
Mhm.
So I've been doing it without any funding because I have people on the project that they believe in my vision. So it's very difficult though. Like I said, it's taken me years to get to this point. So that said, having a lack of money or lack of resources is the first thing that is a challenge, and it affected me big time.
Mhm.
However, on the flip side, I got God. You know, He made me tenacious, so I just keep going and going and going. Yeah,
Okay. And a lot of times it's through that struggle, that whether it's reinventing yourself, whether it's thinking outside the box. Like
hmm
a lot of us had to pivot during COVID, and a lot of times it's through those times that we really learn like what we're made of.
yeah.
Just dealing and navigating through those
hmm
adversities.
hmm
Actually, speaking of that, here I go to another question. How did COVID impact your production?
Well, I think it pretty much made everything worse. To be totally honest with you, I'm sorry, excuse me. But during COVID, though, that was at the very beginning of my pre-production stage.
Mm,
So that's when we are getting everything together. We're hiring our crew. We're searching for locations, and we're
mm,
any other logistical challenge we can go up against. That's what was happening during COVID. So it did slow us down a lot, but I wouldn't say that it did a whole lot of damage because we weren't even in production yet. So
okay. So you weren't in production yet. You were kind of
so
like
it didn't
doing
impact us,
everything.
that much, but it slowed us down tremendously.
Okay. Yeah. And that's like, I guess, all of the pre-production and getting everything ready,
And that
ready
takes
to
time. That
lay the
takes time.
foundation. Okay.
hmm Yep.
Okay. All right. So what motivates you to do this? I mean, through all of the adversity and the challenges and, being a woman, having to prove yourself, I'm sure people flaking out on you. What motivates you to keep
How did you
going?
know? How did you know? God, if I don't have anybody else, Dr. Jackie, I have him. He has always been here for me. I cry myself to sleep. I still do to this day because this is my livelihood.
Hmm.
And if things aren't going my way, it's disheartening. It's disheartening for the people in my community not to support my dream. So who else do I have to go to? God. He is the one that always tells me to keep going, and I listen. I listen.
And you listen.
hmm my love for filmmaking, the projects that I've created, is what keeps me going. I have so much to give. I mean, so many opportunities that I'm bringing to the city. Everyone that's involved in this project, the crew, the actors, they have been so supportive, and they believe in what I'm doing. That's what keeps me going.
Okay. Wow. That's awesome. So we're going to take a quick commercial break and we will be right back. So don't go anywhere. If you didn't have a pen and a pad, you have a moment to get to run to the restroom, go ahead and do that now. We will be back momentarily.
Realizing Your Potential LLC presents Born to Lead, Awakening the Leader Within. This anthology brings together women that have overcome hardships in their lives and have managed not only to survive, but thrive. Their stories focus on resiliency, adaptability, and strength, acknowledging the innate strength and leadership qualities in African American women.
All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay. So I think the last thing that I had asked was, what motivated you through the adversity and people not believing in you, you or what kept you going. And you talked about your faith and excuse me, you talked about your faith and your crew, right? Them
Yes.
believing in the vision, them showing up, despite whatever obstacles, because all of you are going through it together, you
Yeah.
know. So okay, so you're having that strength to be able to go on, day after day, even though sometimes I'm pretty sure you might have been kind of, having those moments. Have you ever had a moment where you felt like you wanted to just throw in the towel?
Honestly,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
but it was very brief.
Okay.
It was very brief. Um, oh, God just keeps kicking in. He's just like, you are not giving this up. I can't. Only he can take it away from me. I just can't give it up.
Hmm.
I'm so sure about the future and what it has for me, as a filmmaker, as a woman, as a Black, um, female filmmaker. It's just so much out there, so much that I want, and so much that I'm chasing after, and I'm just not gonna stop.
Okay. All right. Because Lord knows, I felt like I wanted to throw in the towel. Many remember how in the cartoons, I don't know if it's Tom and Jerry when they waved that little flag. I done felt like that a many
Yeah.
a times.
Yes. Yes.
And one of the things I say to myself is that I've come too far. I've come too far just to give
Hmm.
up.
Yeah.
And then I think to myself about the impact. And I'm thinking
Mhm.
about like in your case, other women, other aspiring women filmmakers will see you and be like, wow, and they'll, they'll look at you and say, she was able to do it, so I'm able to do it.
You know what, Dr. Jackie, I was thinking the same thing. I was, just to kind of elaborate on what you were just talking about. Um, I feel like, and I've always felt like this, I feel like God is using me for that purpose.
Okay.
You know, it's why I won't give up. And I know that there are a lot of people out there that are rooting for me, and that are, they do admire what I'm doing right now, and I don't want to disappoint anybody. I have that one fear of disappointing people, you know.
Mhm.
But even my community, even though I don't have a lot of support from people here, I want to be the one that paves the way for filmmakers in the area, not just women, for men too. I want to be that person that people would say, you know what, she's the one that started this. I want
Mhm.
to leave an indelible impact on the entire city. So, and I meant to mention, I did say that a lot of people don't support me, but I can say that the Gary Police Department does.
Okay.
Um, it took a minute, it took a while for us to get them to see what we were doing, and once we did, we have a whole floor in the department that we go film in. That they gave to us.
That is wonderful. I just want to show up on set and just,
Oh,
just see you in
come
action.
on! I invite you. Come.
It sounds like a lot
Please.
of. I mean, I know it's a lot of hard work, but
It
it
is.
just I don't know.
It's interesting. It
Okay,
is. So
so
I invite you. So just let me know.
look,
You
I'll be like,
know.
hopefully you're not just talking,
No,
because I'm
I'm not. I'm
saying,
absolutely not. Look, I run the set. I do what I want to do.
she be like, I
See?
can't. She be like, she showed up.
Yeah.
No,
See,
but yeah.
I can do that.
So legacy wise, and so so two other things you can answer whatever order you want to, but what does it look like legacy wise, like what you want to leave, to um, future filmmakers, to your family, to your community, and then secondly, women, like what sort of advice would you give to young aspiring female filmmakers?
Legacy wise, I want to leave what I brought here, what
Okay.
I started here. Um, I can't talk too much about women. I'm sorry because we've just been so underrepresented. I'm sorry, so unrepresented in this industry for so long, and it's time that somebody, somebody starts it and passes it along to whomever is next. So I just want to leave that for I want the future of film to be female. That's what I want to say. Um, and what was your second question? I'm sorry.
I don't know. Was asking you, I was asking you about legacy. Oh, and what advice would you give to other aspiring filmmakers, women filmmakers?
Yes, 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 yes. This is important. This is really important for any woman that wants to get into the film industry, white, black, whatever. Learn as many skill sets as you can. Um, because at the end of the day, if nobody's going to help you, who is? You're going to help yourself. So I'm sorry, I pushed my computer out of the way. So whether it's, camera, whether you want to produce, whether you want to direct, assistant direct, whatever the case may be, you might want to edit. Learn that skill set because I'm telling you, it is so um, valuable. It's, for I sat and waited for people forever.
Mm, okay.
It's one of those things for me is, don't wait on an opportunity. Make your own way, do what you got to do to get it done. So if you got to learn 10 different skill sets, learn them because you're going to benefit from it.
Okay. And
That's
you
it.
now, did you teach yourself all of those skill sets? Did you?
No, I went to film school.
Right.
I
Okay.
minored in film. It's the
Okay.
creative writing, minored in film, and a lot of you don't learn everything in school either. Just to be
Mhm.
honest.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of it, is self-taught. Like you have to get out there and do it. You learn so much in school, but then when you get out there is when
Okay.
you really learn your craft.
Right.
So yeah, so I started out just directing and producing, and now I'm behind the camera too.
Okay. Which do
I'm
you
doing
like
what
the
I have to
best?
do.
Which do you like the best? Let's say if you had a full team, they were dependable, and which one of those tasks would you choose to hold on to because you just like it so much?
Oh God. I think producing.
Okay.
I think producing.
Okay.
And I
Hmm.
think that comes with doing everything else for a long time.
Mhm.
It's hard work. It is really hard work and it is mentally draining. So I'd say producing because I'll let everybody else do all the hard work, and I'll stay behind doing everything else, all the logistical challenges.
Okay.
Hmm.
So let's talk and I know we've already talked about leadership because that's what this is about, right? The Born to Lead docu-series. It's
Right.
about, women that are just getting out there and just basically making it happen, and I was especially excited when we connected because you are a pioneer, because like you said, the film industry is male dominated,
Hmm.
you know and so you're paving the way.
Yes.
So in terms of leadership, have you and I know I'm kind of shifting a little bit here, have you have you always considered yourself to be a leader? Like, has that been something innate for you?
You know what? I don't know if I would use the term leader,
Okay.
but I would say that I've always been like this. You
Okay.
know, I've always created my own way. I've always done what I've wanted to do and didn't let anybody else deter me from it.
Okay.
Um, so if you want to call me a leader, I'll take that because I do want to lead other women. I do. I want to empower them to do whatever it is they want to do.
Mhm.
But my journey has always been focused on what God has for me because He's given me these gifts, and I feel like the creative juices that flow through my veins is what He gave to me, and I utilize them.
And that is such a beautiful thing
Hmm.
because I listen to Les Brown a lot. And one of the things, or one of the quotes, I don't know if I don't think it's his original quote, but something that he quotes is that, imagine being like on your deathbed, and instead of your family or friends surrounding you, it's all of the gifts and talent, all of the unused
Yes.
staring at you angrily as you
Hmm.
lay in your deathbed saying,
Hmm.
we came to you and you didn't do anything with it. Right.
Right.
So when I hear you say that, I could feel it. And when you talk about writing, when you talk about this project, and I think that that's so amazing that you are actually living out your purpose.
Yes.
I mean, you recognize it because so many of us, and especially women, I've interviewed so many women. I've been a social worker since 2001. Oh,
Hmm.
I can't believe it's been that long. And then, I started my business in 2016, and
Okay.
interviewed so many different women. And a lot of times it's for women, it's always about what other people want them to do, or what other people think they should be doing, or what
Hmm.
other people think should make them happy.
Exactly.
And then they get in their 40s or their 50s and they're
Mhm.
like, forget that. What about me? What do I want to do?
Right.
And then and sometimes they know right away, and
Hmm.
sometimes they're like, I don't know. They sitting there like twiddling their thumbs, like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what makes me happy. So when I look at you, I mean, I just think that that's awesome that you have identified your gifts and you are actually doing it.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
I do it with undying interest. It just never goes away. It's just,
Yeah.
I wake up every day with the same vision, the same goals,
That
same
is,
interest. It's every single day. It does not change.
ooh,
Um,
I love it. Well,
mhm.
I love it.
Yeah.
That is so powerful. I mean, that is so powerful. Has there been any young ladies that you've come across that have asked you to mentor them?
No, not yet, but I think that's going to happen once
Yeah.
I get done. Once the project is done, and it's out there for people to actually see, and especially in my area, I really want to mentor some people in my area. I want women to be interested in what I'm doing, because eventually, once I get up there, Dr. Jackie, once I get up there to where I want to be, I'm going to start. I want to be a grant maker. I want to give women grants, because what I've gone through for so many years, I really don't wish on my worst enemy. I don't. And I want to help wherever I can. And I want to be the one to show people, okay, this is how you support.
Mhm. Yep.
This is how you support.
Yep. And that way, like you said, they could be, a training institute.
Hmm.
This is what you need to do. We're going to show you how to do it, and even give you the funding to be
But
able to do it.
yeah, but I have that. It's something I don't really talk about yet, but I do have a nonprofit. That is my goal, to eventually have acting classes, and for young adults, we're going to train them to be active filmmakers. They won't have to go to a college. We're going to have, like in my studio, we're going to have a training sessions right there. So yeah, it's in the making. I
Wow.
do have more goals, that stretch further than what I've talked about,
Uh-huh.
but one step at a time for me.
Yep, one step at a time.
Hmm.
I know, because I think about that too. Because my area of expertise is building confidence, helping women build confidence.
And that's so awesome.
And being able to have like a training academy, and
Hmm.
actually training other women to be able to train other women, to have that confidence, because that's really where it starts.
Because it's more women than you know that
Yep,
actually
that need that.
need that instilled in them,
Mhm.
because you just don't know what people are going through,
Right.
how they live their lives, and
Mhm.
they get into some situations where people, men in particular, have them thinking that they can't do
They can't
whatever
do
it is they
it.
want to do. um,
And it
but
happens all the
all the
time.
time, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah,
Like I said, just, working and interviewing other women, so many people have told them what they can't do.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they listen to
And they
that,
listen to
and
it.
they internalize it like that,
Yeah.
and that's what they know.
Hmm. Yep, that's what they know. And look, speaking from personal experience, me personally, I know I was always told, I was to be seen and not heard,
Hmm.
and that anything that I wanted to do, it was devalued. You know what I mean? It was, don't you just go
It
somewhere.
made you devalue yourself, you
Right,
know.
exactly.
Hmm.
So that was one of the hardest things, is even believing that I could do it.
Right,
You know what I mean? And that's where it
right,
starts. Because if you don't think you can do it, you think you're gonna do it?
right.
Of course not. So I'm really I'm excited to see, everything that's to come for you. So what do you want to leave us with, or leave the audience with?
Basically, if you, whatever it is that you're doing in life,
Mhm.
don't let anybody deter you from that. Do not let anybody define you or your purpose. Um, if you have a vision, stay with that vision. Keep doing what you do, no matter how long it takes. I've been doing, like I said, I've been doing this for a really long time, and I still do it with undying interest. It's just, this is what I love doing. And if you have a purpose and you feel like you have a talent, everybody has a gift. Use it. Use it.
Yeah. And don't never let anyone else's opinion of you become your reality. You
Because
know,
we have so many negative people in the world.
it is.
It's so
Just even
many.
turning on the news.
Just for absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ignore those people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what I've learned over the years is that it's okay to go outside of my circle.
Hmm.
If the immediate people around me are not positive or not supportive, and if people don't have a bigger vision for themselves, they usually, nine
Yeah.
times out of ten, they can't have it for
Hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
if they don't even have it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to go outside of that, because I found that even, like with doing stuff like this virtually, like being able to connect with women all over the world, you know what I mean, and find resources and camaraderie and
Mm-hmm.
encouragement and support when people, right here in my own household or in my family don't
Yeah.
do it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so be okay, be encouraged. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay to go outside of your immediate circle.
Surround yourself with
Yeah,
like-minded people.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
Yep.
important. So I'll leave it to, if there's anything else you want to share. But after that, definitely share, how they can follow you, so they can kind of, stay up to date on everything that you're doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Actually, my website is thenewblackent.com. I'm also on Facebook at the New Black Entertainment facebook.com, something like that. I'm sorry, Miss Jackie. I do have a Twitter, but I'm not good at utilizing that social media
Okay.
platform. I am on LinkedIn as well under the New Black Entertainment. I'm pretty easy to find. But if you want to get a good look at some of my content, we have trailers up, we have teasers, we have promo videos. Go to my website and check out what we're doing. We're doing some quality work, and we want to bring on quality people, whether you're an actor, whether you're a crew member. Um, you got to start somewhere.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you. And I have to get used to saying this, everybody, but subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am no longer going to be streaming full videos on Facebook or LinkedIn. We're
Mm-hmm.
going to get a short or a little trailer, but the actual full episodes will be on my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe, as well as it's going to be aired on demand on the Women Win Network, which streams on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. So you can catch full episodes in those two places. But like I said, first and foremost, make sure you subscribe, so that way you'll know when we're going live. Like, for example, the this Born to Lead docuseries. That way you'll know who's coming up next, and when to tune in. Okay, so make sure you do that. So I just want to thank you again, TJ, for coming on, and it's been such a pleasure.
The
And
pleasure is all mine, Miss Jackie.
yep,
Pleasure
it
is all mine.
all right. So I
Thank
said,
you so much for having me.
oh, you're gonna turn around, I'll be right there in the studio.
I told you, come on, come on.
Because I don't think you that
Just
far from
say,
it.
just ask for me. Nobody's gonna turn you away.
All right. Well, take care, and I'm sure we will be talking again soon. And thank
Yes.
you everyone for tuning in, and hit that subscribe button, and check out the upcoming interviews, the other upcoming interviews as well. All right. Well, take care, everyone, and until next time.
Peace
Bye
out.
bye.
Bye bye.